What is up, everybody? My name is Charles Kent and welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be doing something similar to the last one that we did, where it was like a POV style photography video, but instead of shooting cars today, we are actually out at the park. Kind of a cloudy day, not like you guys can tell, but we're just going to be out here shooting some street style stuff and maybe a little bit of nature stuff since we're already out here. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty. So got this big old lake here. I'm gonna kind of try and get a couple of photos from across the lake. Just some settings real quick. It's more of a cloudy day. So this is a vintage 85 to 205. So pretty good distance. Let's see if maybe. So I had to run back to the car. I had to tie my hair back a bit because I realized in the last video my hair got in the way quite often. Let's see what we can do here. I also need to kind of try and keep this up a little bit. You guys can kind of see what I'm trying to do. Not too big a fan of how that one came out, but last we'll try again. Try something. One that could also be cool is getting somebody walking from across there with the woods as kind of the backdrop, but we'll have to wait and see if we can get that one. Probably end up going out into that field. Something I also need to get a little bit better at is just kind of walking around and talking on camera, acting like I'm talking to somebody even though, well, I'm just talking to a camera. Need to actually stop giving a shit what people think whenever they see me walking around with all this stuff, because you know, people see a bunch of stuff on somebody, you start to get looks. Wish I could get this to kind of stay up on my chest more, but at the same time it's a little difficult trying to balance all this stuff at once, having a backpack, a chest mount, camera. It gets a little bit difficult to try and balance all this stuff. It's a lot harder than it looks, especially whenever you watch stuff like POV videos on Optical Wonder. Occasionally North Borders will do something POV, but trying this stuff out in person is a whole lot more difficult. Got a plane overhead. Maybe we can catch a glimpse of this guy. This lens isn't really big enough to catch planes like that. I mean, honestly, it looks kind of cool. Maybe we'll go ahead and keep those. Here he is again. Oh yeah, that one came out really good. I don't know if you guys can see that one on camera real well, but I like the way that one came out. Only thing is, I'd have to get rid of those power lines, which isn't too hard. Lightroom has a whole lot of new features whenever it comes to AI removal and stuff like that. So it makes things extra easy on us. You guys probably can't see it, but there's a couple of ducks in the pond over there. I'd love to get a couple of pictures of those guys. My mom raises a whole lot of ducks. So, in my book, ducks are pretty cool. Yeah, I just wish they had come a little bit closer. Yeah, for it being a cloudy day, there's actually quite a lot of people out at the park today, which is never a bad thing. Although, when it comes to having a slight anxiety, it does make things a little bit more difficult, but you tend to get over it, which is exactly what I'm trying to do today. Now maybe if I get a little bit closer to the water, actually sit here, kind of dangle my feet off it, I might be able to get a nice picture of the ducks. That one came out pretty good. Shooting at f.6. Let's see. I really like how that first one came out. That one you can't really tell because they're kind of moving away. Oh. But yeah, coming to the park, kind of just walking around and talking on video, trying to get myself used to it again. I was actually talking to my brother after I made that first video because he took a look at it, and he told me that, you know, I should just practice, get better on speaking on camera, which is exactly what I'm trying to do. Trying to talk more, give you guys more to actually listen to and watch. But I don't know, I want to put my most authentic self out there. You know, I'm not a confident person. I don't do well with speaking on camera. Actually, don't do well with speaking in general, but the camera is just an added audience. Even though there's only like 10 of you guys that watch my videos. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out an angle to where I can hold the camera that you guys can see it. So that way it's not just me walking around and talking to myself. You know, that you can kind of see what I'm going out and trying to do. But it's actually a lot more difficult than I had anticipated. But you know, you live and you learn. Now, this park has a cool wooded tunnel over that way, which is really cool. Maybe we'll stop and take a gander in there, see if maybe we can get some cool photos. Love coming to parks because all of the wildlife. Maybe I can get a shot of this bird. No, took off into the woods. I don't know, maybe we'll find something to get pictures of animal-wise. Maybe we'll find like a squirrel or something that's a little photogenic. It was really nice, though, to come outside and see people at the park, even though it's a cloudier day. See people just doing what they enjoy, like fishing, all sorts. Now, a lot of times, we don't see anybody when we come out, or at least I don't anyway. And so at that point, kind of at a loss for what I should take pictures of. Now, what is this over here? I think we found a duck on land. Maybe I'll be able to sneak up on him a little bit, snap a couple of pictures. Oh yeah. At some point you kind of got to wonder if they're even alive, because I've gotten decently close to this guy and he has not moved an inch. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, he's alive. Well, guys, we found a duck. Hi, buddy. I think if I get any closer, he's definitely gonna jump in the water. Yeah. Oh, yep. Pretty sure that's a drake. Usually the male ducks are a bit quieter. They quack a little bit more. Yeah. See if we can kind of move up on him a bit. There he is. What a handsome little guy. What a handsome little guy. It's hard getting pictures of things that are moving, especially with this lens being, well, as old as it is. This came off a camera from the 70s. It makes things a little bit difficult because it's all manual. Every single thing about it, from the aperture to the focus, which I will say definitely kind of helps because you have to get used to moving your focus around quite a bit. It's not like you can just rely on autofocus all the time. Now this is the wooded tunnel that I was talking about earlier. And I guess it kind of splits off in two directions. Really, I just know about this one, but never actually been back there to see what's back there. Maybe that's something we can do today. But it's almost straight the entire way through. And even with there being nothing at the other side, really cool to actually just kind of see it. Gotta bring down my shutter speed. Yeah, through here it's pretty dark. There's like almost no sunlight that can get through there. So from a photography standpoint, it is dark as hell. But yeah, shooting on the Canon EOS RP. I used to shoot on a Canon Rebel T5. That was actually the first camera I ever bought. I actually used to shoot YouTube videos on it until I got into photography. Well, I know I said this was going to be a street kind of photography video, street and nature. Well, I mean, I guess we're definitely getting the nature part down with the wildlife and stuff, but I haven't really done much of anything else. It is absolutely beautiful through here. I mean, just look at all that. Oh, I got a squirrel right there. Oh, he's a hard one to track. Oh, I think we got him. Maybe if we move over to right here, we can get a better one. Oh, I think so. I like that one. Not quite like that one. He's just a handsome little guy. You know, shooting on vintage lenses is great until you have things that start to move around, and then it's absolute hell. Sitting there fumbling with everything, trying to get your settings right so things are exposed, not blown out or completely covered in darkness. Will say one good thing though is shooting in RAW. Really helps to recover a lot of the shadows and blown out bits. But I do want to make a video on vintage lenses sometimes, talking about why they're great, like different pros and cons and stuff like that. I mean, there are a lot of them. I could definitely make a video on that. And for a guy who doesn't have a lot of money, they're amazing. Honestly, I think mostly what I shoot on is vintage lenses. Got a 50 millimeter 1.4, and I've got a, well, was this 85 to 205? Yep. And I've got a 35 I love the look of like leaves in sunlight. I don't know what it is, even though this isn't really sunlight, it's more overcast than anything. Such a basic shot, but they always come out so great. I'm not going to say nature photography is easy in any way, shape, or form, but you can make almost anything in nature look absolutely amazing if it didn't already. Like, slightly out of focus. Ever so slightly. Actually, that one's pretty good. Howdy. Yeah, but this like wooded, I guess it would be a tunnel, kinda. This wooded trail through here, I would love to get some portraits or something through here. I feel like they could, just look amazing. And something about the last video that I wanted to mention is the cuts were like rough, would be the best way to put them, because, well, not only have I not done it in a very long time, I was editing on CapCut using my phone, which is well, a little more difficult than I thought it would be. So with this one, I am definitely going to use something like Lightworks or something that I've used before. Love the look of these flowers. I think real quick, we are going to switch to 50 millimeter. We're going to get in there and get a couple of pictures of those flowers, like a 2.8 or 1.4. It's awesome having lenses on standby. Something I saw that I really want to invest in, those slip-on lens covers. Man, could I use some. When I first got into photography, I lost like most of my lens caps and stuff. It would be awesome to have a couple of them. Slip this back on. It's kind of, well, damn. Watch where you're going, because I just stepped into a bunch of thorns. There we go. It's all worth it if the shots come out. Oh, I love that one. That came out amazing. All right, so now time to get out of here and avoid this mess. All thorns. And all thorns under it too. Yes, whenever you jump into shit to get pictures, be careful. Be very careful, because stuff doesn't play nice. That's not a bad photo at all. Something I do want to change with this video is I want to actually put the pictures in the video. It'll help me turn things into shorts. It'll help me do a whole lot. Oh, and forgot to mention completely, I actually have started a TikTok now. It's not an app that I really used before, but I figured with Reels gaining as much attention as they are, I should probably go ahead and just start a TikTok. Yeah, and you can find me on TikTok at Kent Photography, on Instagram at Kent Photography 1, and on Facebook as Kent Photography. If you guys are in the Cincinnati area then DM me, get a hold of me, and maybe we could do a shoot or something. I like to do cars and portraits, so now this park is absolutely huge. We started all the way out there. Over there is where the pond is, then all that is that wooded trail. I mean, there's still an entire another side. This park is massive. Something else I do want to let you guys know about, I am going to be going to Florida on the 4th of July. Technically the 2nd, but I'm going to be going to Florida, and that's whenever we're really going to do some actual street photography. I'm going to be going a lot of different places in Florida, like Ybor City, St. Augustine, Treasure Isle. I'm going to be going a lot of places down there, so if you guys are looking for street photography kind of content, the 2nd of July is when I'll be down there, and I'll have some videos up while I'm still down there and a couple more coming after I get back. I plan on filming like pretty much every day. And another thing about Florida is once I get back from Florida, I will be cutting my hair. So this long mop that I have on the top of my head won't be here for too long. But I've been sporting it for 3 or 4 years now. Ever since I graduated, I decided to grow it out, and it has now been getting in the way of daily activities like going to the gym. Now, if you guys want me to keep the mop, give me to 150 subscribers by the time I get back from Florida. So I should be back from Florida on the 7th. If I'm at 150 subscribers, then I'll keep the mop. If we don't reach it, then I'll cut it off and I will donate it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I think this is where we're going to end our video off here. And like I said, if we get to 150 subs, I will keep the hair. If not, I will chop it all off and donate it. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next ones, and I'll see you then.